Hi friends, it's Wednesday, July 9th. Lynn and Jamie here. We have an assignment. We have a job ticket right in front of us, and we are to take that job ticket and fulfill it. We'll find out what that means. Now we begin. Because over there is the job ticket where they're posted. Just find the one that's glowing, the one that's for us, right?
Got it.
So then find the door, like the exit door that's glowing, the one that's for us, right?
Got it.
Up the stairs we go, right?
Right.
Whoa! And now we're looking like it's looking down in a factory floor. It's like we're on a kind of a catwalk over above a factory floor.
Yeah.
And the conveyor belts are going and people are working. Something's happening. Wow. We're supposed to go over to that. Do you see that electrician guy up here on the catwalks? Like some guy over there working on, I don't know if he's an electrician, but he's working at a power outlet box.
Yeah.
We're supposed to go help him or do something. I don't know. It's like a wiring, defective wiring, and he's defective wiring low in the grid. Low in the grid. It's like bad issue, got issued bad wires. And smooth these. Can you see those wires that look bad in the box?
Like
they look charred and frayed. It doesn't look right, but we get our magic fingers, just like magic hands, remember the other day? We get our magic fingers, and we can just run our fingers over the frayed wiring, and the wire heals. Look how you can do it.
Wow.
My fingers hurt a little. It's like I'm absorbing the pain of it, you know? It's like the fraying must have been from pain, possibly. So we just use our magic fingers. We can heal all these wires, maybe, just using our magic fingers, and we absorb the pain into us, and it goes out our heads. Just working up through this whole. Oh, this electrician guy is loving this. I see some alchemists watching us. They're nodding like teachers would when the student is fumbling around and messing up but trying, you know? That
right.
kind of nod is, you know, that's okay. Like, you finish and then they'll come make it right. Oh, I understand. They just said put your heart into it. And so like to use the magic heart. Just run it right through us. Wow. Now the guides are saying, what does this panel run? It runs the conveyor belts down there. I say, that's right. And what's happening with the conveyor belts? Those are souls going to their destiny. Wow! Those are souls going to their destiny. The little things on the conveyor belts are souls. And there are multiple conveyor belts. Multiple destinies. Not options, like they look like ovens to me. It looks like the conveyor belts going into ovens. Like they look like little lumps of cookie dough or something.
Yeah.
And they're going into ovens. Do you see it differently? What's your perception?
It's the same.
But they're different conveyor belts. Some are long and some are short. Do you notice that? Some conveyor belts are really long.
And some ovens are different.
And the ovens are different. And the workers are different.
And the dough is different.
Dough is different, and the decorations in the dough are different. Every person's unique, every situation is unique. But one thing's for sure, all those conveyor belts are going into an oven, right?
Right.
Do you see any conveyor belt that is not going into an oven?
No.
Me either. I don't even see anything coming out the other side. Am I missing it?
I think there's stuff coming out that I can't see.
Ash. Maybe.
It feels like the dough goes in and gets made into something that is invisible.
Yeah.
And it feels useful.
It does. We can be useful from the higher dimensions too. It's just lost its physical, tangible essence, right?
Right.
They come out, just not in a physical, tangible form.
Out-of-body cookies.
Out-of-body cookies. And then there are many different lengths of conveyor belts. The really long one seems to have the most on it because it's long.
Right.
And so I see all those little lumps of cookie dough going in and coming out invisible. And then this little short conveyor belt over here, they come out as something useful and hop down off the conveyor belt and walk.
Right, like little people.
Little people. Real boys. They go in cookie dough and they come out. It's a reference to Pinocchio. I'm a real boy. But the cookie dough comes out as a person and jumps, and no longer acting like a lump of dough. Ah!
Right.
Oh, wow, that's intense, right?
Right.
They're just sitting around like lumps of dough, not living their soul plan, right?
Right.
They go through the fires of hell, is what it looks like, to be honest. Like they said,
the ovens don't look pleasant.
no. And the guy said, ride through on the conveyor belt and see what it looks like. It's a resolve builder, right?
It's not as bad as I thought it would be. It's just challenging.
It's challenging. You can survive it. It's a resolve builder. I do see certain lumps of dough, maybe they're rolling off the side or something.
Or turning into ash.
Yeah, something's happening with them. I can't quite tell. But there's a lot more lumps of dough going in than are coming out as little people. I can see that. Like I look at how many are around me when I go in.
Right.
And how many are around me when I come out, and it isn't the same number. Angle so that we're positioned right over the machine. That's a much more effective angle if we're supposed to get the big picture right.
Right.
And so in other words, don't just look right up to the point of the disaster, quote unquote, right?
Right.
But see both the in and the outgoing parts of the conveyor belt, right?
Right.
So now I'm just I don't know how exactly, but this panel and this catwalk is moving so that we're now over the machine, the big giant. It's an enormous machine, by the way. Now, the big picture. Well, it doesn't look like all I can see is just that one little short conveyor belt where little people are getting off it. Do you see any other conveyor belts where little people are getting off it?
No, I see the long one with the invisible stuff.
Invisible stuff.
The short one with little people.
And then there are these
others. They're the other. They're
intermediates.
Medium. But
they don't come out as people. What are those things? Lumps.
Cookie.
Charcoal briquettes.
They still also seem useful.
They
just
are.
not
fuel.
Active.
Yeah. Like charcoal briquettes are fuel for a fire. That's useful, right? Cookies are fuel for somebody to eat, right?
Right.
That's useful too.
Everybody's going to come out of this as something different than when they went in.
Transformed.
Right.
We're all transformed by the experience. Some of us transform right out of our bodies, which is fine. Right?
Right.
Some of us transform into something that's useful in a secondary sense, right?
Right.
Some of us transform into somebody who's actually doing something to create change on behalf of the greater good. How can we be of service? We can oil this machine. This machine hasn't been cleaned in a while. Look at the outside of it. It's like, who's taking care of this factory? This machine is not properly maintained. Is it, to me, is it just me? It looks dirty.
The factory itself looks run down.
Yeah, it does. But this machine matters most, right?
Right.
Like the floor is also needing to be swept and it needs to be put in order. This factory is a mess.
Right.
Where are the people who are supposed to be cleaning it? Oh, they're the lumps of cookie dough. I was asking, there's like a security guard kind of person looking over there, and I asked him, where are the people who, because I looked around, the factory's a mess. There's nobody at work that I can see. Can you see anybody at work?
No.
So, but do you see that security guard over there?
Yeah.
So I asked him, where are the workers? And he pointed to the lumps of cookie dough. There they are. Through their inaction, they melted into cookie dough. And now they've got to go into the fires.
Right.
And some of them will come off as little people, but they look so small.
Tiny little people.
Yeah, they look like the size of cookies.
Yeah, maybe
Gingerbread.
tall as a hand.
It's just getting this machine working. It needs oil. First things first, let's just give it some oil, right?
Right.
It can clean second. Right now, it's just like this poor machine is overheating and straining because it's not properly oiled. So I find the oil place where oil is supposed to be poured in. Pouring in the oil. Oh, wow, we're out of time. How
did that happen?
be? That's impossible. Wow. I don't want to stop, but I've learned my lesson before. Okay, well, let's pour in the oil and you quickly, because we're allowed to wrap it up.
Right.
And then do a close. So I'll do the oil and you set the dials, okay?
Okay.
Oh. Now I see the light beings working. It's like I'm coming back down to earth, you know? I feel that because they look high up again.
Uh-huh.
Just sliding back down through this pipe as if returning to earth. Coming back into the physical dimension. Wow.